Hi guys, it's Sarah, the owner and creator of Multifarious Nature. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you are a new viewer, welcome, and if you're a returning viewer, a big welcome back. I'm so glad that you guys are here with me today. So I kind of just wanted to run out where I am on the internet. You can find me on Ravelry, on Instagram, and on Facebook under Multifarious Nature. So please feel free to subscribe to any of those channels that you tend to frequent, and you'll find out then when new content comes out and exciting things. I tend to post on Instagram pretty often, especially works in progress, and yeah, and on YouTube here, if you would like to subscribe, if you haven't yet, please feel free to subscribe, and if you hit the bell, you'll be notified when new content is posted, so you'll be then the first to find out. So I hope you guys are doing well. We'll start with the shop update, and that is the Comfort Fade Cardi by Andrea Mowry. And I started it, and I changed my mind on the coloring again, and I don't think I'm going to change my mind again, but I have changed it 3 times already, so I think I'm set in my ways at this point. But here is her version. So she definitely went a little bit more of a neutral route. Pretty much your blue and grays is what she went with. I am going to channel Stephen West, and I am doing lots of colors because I'm going to use Multifarious Nature colorways that I've dyed up, and I'm really excited about it. So I did not stray from Dusk. I have cast on Dusk. That is the first color. So I am mid-row, of course, but this is this is a really interesting pattern. I don't really want to give it away, but the normal right side is the wrong side. Yeah. So you can see this, like the slip stitches here, or I guess not slip stitches, they're knit, but you can see that they're on the raglan increases are on the right side, but this is all garter stitch, yeah. So that is interesting. So this is the Dusk colorway, which is, I guess, kind of a navy, dark blue. It's a tonal, it's a semi-solid that I dye up. Really beautiful. I haven't knit with it yet, so this is the first time I'm knitting with it and loving it. This is on my super fine alpaca merino silk blend. I don't know why I'm questioning that now, but it's been a long week. Nylon. It's a nylon blend. So nylon, superwash merino, and alpaca. Super, super soft and cozy feeling. This is amazing to knit with. It slips right off the needle, especially because I'm using my Chagu metal needles, which these are amazing, my favorite. And it's so, so easy to knit. And I'm also finding it easier to knit because I have discovered something. It's not brand new, but it was new to me. It's called combination knitting, which is where you do Eastern and Western styles of knitting. So I guess there are plenty of videos out there, and I'll include some links below to some that I like. And yeah, I taught myself by watching some YouTube videos. It's super easy and intuitive, especially if you are a continental knitter, which is what I do now. I went from English style to continental, and it's really sped up my knitting process immensely. And the purling, I now purl about the same speed as my knitting stitches, which is awesome because it makes it so much faster, especially when you're doing either long rows of purling. It also helps when you're doing ribbing and you're going from knitting to purling. I will say though, if you are a brand new knitter, I don't necessarily recommend combination knitting because the key to successfully combination knitting is understanding the structure of a knit stitch and your leading leg and your that orientation and how it should be. So if you don't understand that yet, you're still learning the process. I do not recommend this. I would have not wanted to do this a year ago. That wouldn't be good. I feel a lot more confident when it comes to knit stitch structure. So I feel good. So if you're like more intermediate, intermediate, of course, expert, definitely try it. I think it will help you so much, especially if you are a continental knitter. It's, oh my gosh, it's life-changing. That is why I finished one of my finished objects so much faster, and now I can't stop. It's amazing. Like, I don't know how to go back. I mean, I know how to go back, but I don't want to. Which is hard, because if anyone ever asks me how to knit, I'm gonna probably confuse the living daylights out of them. But I'll try to be able to do both. So back to the Comfort Fade Cardi. So I'm trying to fix my other cake here because it came unraveled a little bit. And so we got a bit of a mess. But so I am now changing my orientation of the colors, as I said. So I'm going from Dusk to Cranberry. This is a Cranberry red. It's like a warmer red, definitely more of a brown red. And this is gonna go next in the line after Dusk. And then a color that I did not have in here prior, and I debated over and over again if I was gonna use it. So this is 100% superwash merino base. Pumpkin. So pumpkin is a absolutely gorgeous tonal orange, and pumpkin, it just, hello fall. I am just feeling it right now. So that is going to be the next color, which is great. It's not going to be next to my face, even though I feel like pumpkin, I might be able to get away with it, but these colors I feel like complement my skin tone better. So this will be further down the cardigan, but it just glows. Doesn't it just glow? This is on the super fine alpaca, merino, and nylon base as well. So that's pumpkin. And these are all Multifarious Nature colorways, and they are currently in the shop. So keep that in mind if you want to get your hands on some. And then we have caramel corn. So this is the order it's going to be, get that tag out of the way, the order it will be going in. So I changed my mind again. I got rid of balsam fir. I love balsam fir, but this, I don't know, this looks like fall even more to me, and I wanted a super cozy fall looking cardigan. So, and all the bases except for Cranberry are in the superfine alpaca merino nylon blends. Doesn't that just look awesome? I just think that looks so cozy and warm, and isn't this the most beautiful orange? I can't get over it. I was staring at it behind me, and I kept going, gosh, I want to put that in that cardigan, so I'm just doing it. I'm putting it in the cardigan. And yeah, and here's Dusk caked up if you wanted to see it. Just beautiful. So those are all Multifarious Nature colorways, and that is the Comfort Cardi by Andrea Mowry. So you can see mine's going to be much more vivid, and hers is definitely more neutral. But if you go on her project page or projects that are for this Comfort Cardi, you can see some and I will put mine, of course, in there when I get further along, but you can see some that have actually been finished where people used quite a bit of interesting colors, contrasting colors, and it turned out gorgeous. And I just think, well, Stephen West creates beautiful pieces, and they always have vibrant colors, and I just love it. So I'm doing it. And since I finished one of my finished objects, I just now want to play with color even more than I already did. So there you go. Next is with just like the shop update end of things, I wanted to just reiterate, please feel free to join the Operation Warm Up Flint KAL knit along and crochet along. So if you're a crocheter or knitter, or you do both, please feel free to join at any time. I just ask that you finish one object. You don't have to finish multiples, just one. And the information, of course, is on the Ravelry project page for that Operation Warm Up Flint. If you look up Multifarious Nature on Ravelry, you'll find it, but I'm going to, of course, include a link below, so it's a lot easier for you to get there. And yeah, that'll have the information. I'll also include the information in the YouTube description. If you hit more under the information below this video, if you hit more, there's all the information with links and everything. I will include the information about Operation Warm Up Flint because I do want you to be able to participate even if you're not a Ravelry user. So if you comment that you want to participate, and that's totally awesome. If you email me, if you message me on Instagram, that's totally fine, and that will be awesome. Please feel free to join. All it takes is one item. I include my P.O. box, and I just ask that they are mailed to me by, I believe it was October 15th. Let me make sure. Yes, October 15th. Just mail it by October 15th. That's the post date. So that I get it with plenty of time. I'm going to then collect all the items that come in. Just include your tracking number and a message to me. That way I know when I've received all items, because I want to ship them together. That just saves on shipping for me. I really appreciate that. Because I think this is an awesome opportunity for us to give back to others, and then there are going to be a giveaway prize for those involved. So that's super exciting. There's actually 2 prizes that I'll be giving away, and there will be Multifarious Nature items included in that prize as well. So that's the surprise for each prize. So I just wanted to let you guys know that. And let's see, what else? Yeah, okay. Works in progress. Next, I'm looking at my notes because I feel so clustered after this week. Work in progress, eat and wrap. So I didn't do a lot on my eat and wrap. I did just a bit of knitting. So we already established that I have the right side completed. This is in my Wuthering Heights colorway, which is a gorgeous gray that has violet undertones. It's very moody, beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. And this is, oops, my progress. I've only done like 1.5 inches on this. I did not give this much attention. I pretty much just worked on it yesterday, if I'm having full disclosure. So not much knitting has taken place on this, but I just love this yarn. The base is actually from Ballyhoo Fiber Emporium, but I dyed it in Multifarious Nature colorway, Wuthering Heights. So you cannot get this base in the shop, but you can get the colorway in the shop. The colorway is currently in stock. So that's Wuthering Heights colorway. And that is the Eat and Wrap by Kaja Vovella. And quite enjoying it. I am enjoying it. It's a single color brioche, which I said in the past, it just doesn't give you that oomph that 2-color brioche does, where it just really motivates you to keep going. If you've ever tried it, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Next, so I am working on, speaking of Operation Warm Up Flint, I am working on some objects. I have a finished object for that, which is insane. So that's why I want to really encourage individuals who either knit a lot, or even if you don't knit a lot. One of these objects that I did finish, it took me just a couple hours to finish it. And by a couple hours, I mean maybe 3 hours at the most to finish. So that is insane, but it's because it's a kid's item. So it's a lot less mileage of knitting than I'm used to. So that was crazy to me. And because I learned combination knitting, that also helped me knit faster. So just keep that in mind. Like, you could definitely complete something in like 3 months, almost 3 months. So what I am using, so I'm using some of the yarn I got from one of those stashes that I like, lots of yarn that I purchased. It's acrylic, and the pattern is called, sorry, I'm making a bunch of noise. It's the Kids Mittens by Spenhoff. And look how precious this is. Oh my gosh, you guys. Isn't it so cute and little? So I'm working on the mittens. I am using, it's just hand knitting yarn, and this just makes me laugh so hard. This is acrylic, okay? And it's, for those who like to work with wool, you might recognize this, it's virgin acrylic. So I just have to laugh because it's acrylic, it's not wool. Acrylic by nature is plastic, so it's not like it's treated, where wool can be treated. That's superwash. Superwash wool is treated. Where non-superwash, some call it virgin wool, hasn't been treated. And I got a kick out of that virgin acrylic. Basically, it's acrylic, guys. It's just a very soft acrylic, but it's acrylic nonetheless. And this was part of one of those lots of yarn, super soft, and I'm using that, and then I'm using something that my mother-in-law generously gifted to me. It's this beautiful multicolor, it's very light colored, so it's gonna get blown out a little bit, I think. But it's like, it has this mint graining, kind of a light brown and cream color throughout. There's a bigger ball of it. It's totally getting blasted out. There we go. Yeah, but again, acrylic. So that'll be totally fine for ease of washing. And so I'm going to do a set of these Kids Mittens by Spenhoff. And I did just start it. So this is the first mitten. I literally just started it. It's a 2x2 rib. This is a free pattern. And I did include a link in my past video. I will of course include a link in this one because I'm talking about it. But yeah, I'm just doing the knit 2, purl 2 ribbing, and I am using the combination method for this, so it's going pretty quickly. I just started that yesterday too. Alright, so we're going to go into finished objects. This goes along with that one, and I'm super, super excited because this literally took me, I kid you not, like 3 hours to make when I actually add up the time I worked on it. And I'm using the exact same colors as the mittens because it's a set. And this, you guys, oh my gosh, it's so cute. It won't fit me, and it's the most adorable thing I've ever seen. It's the LUUK hat, L-U-U-K, LUUK. Oh my gosh, it's getting so blasted out. There we go. And no, wait, it gets better. There's this little bobble. This is actually the large bobble. There's a little bobble. I did the large. Is it not the cutest thing? If you go to the project page on Ravelry, you can see some pictures of kids wearing this. It is the cutest little hat, and it has the ribbing of pearls and then knit stitches, so it creates this super cute, like, it looks like icing on top of a cupcake. And I kid you not, does this not remind you of the Munchkins from A Wizard of Oz? I mean, it's so cute, and it has 2x2 ribbing on the bottom there. Super quick knit, very, very easy, and that will then go with the little mitten set, and that will be the set that I donate to Operation Warm Up Flint. And because this didn't take me very long to make, I might make another one actually, but the other thing that I'm definitely going to do is I wasn't sure if I'd be able to, but now I definitely can. I'm going to make the Slip Stitch Stash Hat by Renee Rico. So here's what it looks like. I'm not going to be doing like a stash where I'm using lots and lots of colors because I actually have a decent amount of a lot of different acrylics. So I'm just going to use these 2 acrylics. I'm pretty sure these are the colors I'm going to go with. I have this multicolor. It's a Karen Jumbo. It's just massive. It's acrylic and it's beautiful. So I'm gonna use this, and I have this kind of a mint green, a darker mint green, and I'm gonna use those two colors together and do the slip stitch hat. So I think that will be fun, and that'll just be a hat. Depending how quick these mittens knit up, I might then make a pair of mittens with this. I don't have a whole bunch of this, but I could make a pair of mittens out of that to go with the hat. So then I could have 2 sets, which is awesome. And I'm definitely making these. These are going to be in kids sizes because that's something they had asked for, is just needing more items for children. So that's what I'm focusing on. And I can make them faster because they're smaller. So there you go. So, oh, and I didn't mention that LUUK hat is by Annis Jones, the Woolen Horse. Really easy, quick knit, guys. Really easy. So, very beginner friendly. If you are a beginner and you're intimidated about the idea of doing this, you can definitely do it. That is a really easy pattern to learn and do. So next is the elephant in the room. The So Faded by Andrea Mowry. So this is using mainly Ruby and Rose's yarn. It was one of her kits, which I have it right here, the Afterglow mini collection on her rosebud base, which is 100% superwash merino. And then I used Whispering Pine, which is also 100% superwash merino. This is Whispering Pine. It's this green. Get up so you can see this better. So this is Whispering Pine, this multicolored green. It's gorgeous. And I actually do have a little bit left of that. And then, okay, it's mostly done. I did not weave in the ends, you guys. I'm probably not going to weave in all the ends that are in here. I guess Andrea Mowry never does that, and I just don't really think I need to. But the ones, of course, on the sleeves and the bottom and the collar, I will weave those in. But you can see there's a cute little detail here. So there's actually garter stitch over the shoulder, which makes it super squishy and stretchy and awesome. There's a little bit of ribbing here at the bottom. There's ribbing across the collar, and there is ribbing across the bottom. So the alterations that I did to this, I made it 2 inches longer. So I kind of ran out of the yarn from Ruby and Roses, so I used this like blue color here is actually from a chick that knits Advent, and then the gorgeous green here at the bottom is my tonal from Multifarious Nature. It's my white pine colorway, so I use that at the bottom, which I feel like it really grounds it. And I really like the way it faded. I did pretty much what she suggested. I didn't do the exact fade that she does because, well, frankly, I wanted to have some solid of each color that I was knitting with. And so in order to have the solid color, it needed less of the fading. I don't want to give too much away. This is a paid for pattern. So the other thing I altered is the ribbing on here and here. The ribbing down here, I followed the pattern. You go to a smaller needle size. I actually did not for the collar and the sleeves. The reason why I didn't, well, at first I just didn't want to change my needles, even though I have interchangeable needles and it's not that big of a deal. Shirts tend to be tighter on me up here on my sleeves. Well, there's my little string. They tend to be tighter on my arms, and then it could be on my shoulders as well. My shoulders tend to just struggle sometimes. So that's why I went with my larger needle that is for the rest of the body, because I felt like there'd then be more stretch, which there is. So yeah, that's why I did that. But this is a different colorway here, and I just love the way it turned out. It's very comfortable. It's, again, 100% superwash merino, so it braids very nicely. And I mean, I haven't worn it yet. This is me, I threw it on top of the dress I'm wearing today, just so you guys could see it on. I haven't blocked it yet, so it will grow a bit because it is 100% superwash merino. I do find that tends to grow maybe an inch, half an inch to an inch sometimes, depending how aggressively I block it. I don't think I'm going to very aggressively block this sweater. I do like the length of it. I mean, by blocking it, it's going to help the stitches all open up and really fill in, because this area here, especially here, because this is where like your colors were changing, it's a little bit tighter in spots and everything, so I do want to make sure I block it. That will help immensely. And yeah, I just love it. I love this pattern. It was super intuitive, really easy to follow, and because of how clear her pattern was, this is why I did her Comfort Fade Cardi. I loved her pattern, and that is also a paid for pattern, and it just, I am so enjoying it. I try not to do too much from one one pattern designer, because I do want to support lots of different designers, but Andrea Mowry, she has my heart because her patterns are really speak my language. Like I said, this is the first raglan pattern that I did not have to rip back and redo so many times. There are so many other patterns that I have done that because they just don't speak my language when it comes to raglan increases, and hers made perfect sense, and it's absolutely gorgeous. It's a really pretty little raglan here, really nice and easy to follow, so I love it. So, I'm trying to think of what else. I feel like I just like raced through that. Oh my gosh, you guys. So I hope you guys are doing well. I feel like there's something in the air these days because I have just been congested a little bit, and I mean, quite a few people at work are too, and I think it's a little bit of an allergy season, maybe. But yeah, I just feel like I have the sniffles all the time, and yeah, but drinking a lot of water just to try to stay hydrated and balance out the sniffles. But it's really hot today, so like this, I feel like I could still get away with wearing this little sweater with like a skirt or something, but I mean, it is, I want to say almost 90 today. It's extremely humid. It is so humid that when I got up this morning, I love to get up really early on the weekend, which in the past, if my past self heard that, I would laugh, because I used to love sleeping in on the weekends. But now I started waking up early and going out on our deck and knitting, and it's so peaceful and beautiful at that, like at like 6 a.m. and even like 7 a.m. It is just so peaceful out because there's not that many people out driving, and Saturdays and Sundays I try to do that when I can, and it is the most blissful experience. It's wonderful. The dogs come out with me. We just sit on the deck, and I'll either bring coffee with me. I usually bring coffee with me, and lately it's been iced because it's really, really hot out, and I just knit. I will knit for maybe 3 hours, which for those of you who have a lot more responsibilities in your life, I understand that that is a luxury, and I am so grateful for it, and I am trying to enjoy it while I can, because I might not always have that amount of knitting time, and I'm just trying to knit everything that I possibly can as quickly as I can while I can. So I'm just really excited. I'm super excited about Operation Warm Up Flint. I hope that you will participate, and I mean, no pressure, you don't have to, but if you are wondering, not sure, please just do it, just try it. There's no pressure. If you only make one hat, if you only make one set of mittens, one scarf, that is totally fine and will be so appreciated. Everybody that participates, it's such a nice thing to give of your time and your treasure and help someone else in your community, or maybe in the world if you don't live in Michigan, or even if you don't live on the east side of Michigan, which I don't. I'm on the west side, and I just think that this is something we are blessed with, the fact that we can create something out of out of just any type of material, acrylic, anything, and you can take that like raw material and make something that would keep someone warm and take care, basically keep them comforted and take care of them. I think that is a gift, and we should share our gifts, right, guys? So I hope you'll participate. If you're not able to and you know someone that might be interested, please let them know, because they may not follow my channel, because I don't have a lot of followers, but I do appreciate all of those that do. And if you happen to know someone, or if you're part of a knitting group or something, you know, if you want to mention it and let them know, because I'd love for as many people to participate as possible, because then that's the more people we can help, right? Because I can only knit so much, and I know we all are kind of in that boat. So the more people that'll participate, I mean, if you think about it, I'm so grateful that I have about, I think, 60 subscribers now. So I know not all of you knit and crochet, and that's totally fine, and I'm so appreciative that you are here. But if you do, I mean, if we all just knit one item or crochet one item, we would help 60 people. That's a lot of people when you think about it. So, I mean, just think about that. Like, just one item is one person. So I think that's really cool to just keep that in mind. But don't want to like ramble too much. So what are you guys up to? Like, what are you doing these days? So let's see. I'm trying to think of some fun stuff that we've been up to. We've definitely gone out with our dogs more recently, which is awesome when it comes to using our skates. Oh my gosh, so you can just picture this. It might give you a good laugh. So I have my roller skates, right, and I've been doing that here and there, and I'm getting better. I now actually roller skate outside, so that is a huge feat. And my husband has his bike, and so he rides his bike, and I have my roller skates, and we take our dogs out on their leashes. And I mean, if you try to picture that, so my husband's riding his bike with one of our dogs, and I am roller skating with one of our dogs, and I nearly wiped out the other day because I tripped over my skates. Oh my gosh. I was probably quite the sight for somebody. And I thought, wow, I almost wiped out. But the good thing is if you wipe out, get back up and start again as quickly as possible, because don't let that stop you, right? So I didn't fall, but I nearly did. And I scared the daylights out of my dog because she was with me. And she's already skittish because she's afraid I'm gonna like roller skate into her or something, which I'm not. I'm not gonna do that. But when I tripped, I know I startled her because she probably thought I was gonna fall on her. I nearly did. So I can't blame her for being a bit more skittish in that sense. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. And we've been doing that a bit. It's excellent exercise. Oh my gosh. Okay, so if you are looking for exercise that's fun and doesn't feel like exercise, I definitely recommend roller skating or rollerblading. I used to rollerblade when I was like in high school and a kid, and I used to roller skate when I was a kid, so I'm talking the 4 wheels. And I stopped. Roller skates are heavy because of all of the mechanical workings under the roller skate. They're heavy. And so that adds to your exercise, right? But yeah, it's a lot. It's good exercise and it's low impact, I guess, unless you wipe out and you hit the ground really hard. Yeah, I guess that's hard impact. But if you don't fall and you're careful, it's excellent exercise and it's good on the body. So we've been doing that a lot more, and it's been pretty warm here, like mid to high 80s. But this past week was we were so spoiled, you guys. I think it was in like the mid 70s. It was gorgeous. It was perfect weather. I wish I didn't have to be indoors all day because I wanted to be outside. I take my breaks at lunch. I go outside and I eat, and then I knit. So I usually knit for about a half hour. I have an hour lunch because of the way my schedule works. So that's awesome. So I actually get quite a bit of knitting done throughout the day. And yeah, it's really nice. And it's hard to go back indoors when you're outside and it's that gorgeous. But do what you do. But anyway, I hope you guys are staying happy, healthy, and I hope you're creating. I hope you're making something. let me know what you're up to. I love to hear about it. I love hearing your guys' comments. Please keep them coming. And if you like the videos, please give them a thumbs up. That does help me reach other viewers, and that way they can find out about all the fun stuff too. So please do that. And yeah, have a great rest of your week. And I look forward to seeing you in the near future. I can't talk. I just, oh boy. And it's Sunday, right? I should be refreshed and ready for a new week. My job's changing a bit at work, and it's definitely getting a bit more stressful for me, so bear with me. I'm such a cluster. Anyway, I look forward to seeing you guys soon. Take care. Bye.